Hello, welcome back to the Cloman channel. Did you check your audio? Well, little prank. Yeah, welcome back to the Cloman channel and welcome back to another installment of the review. Where we review things, shows and films, etc. Today's tube review is going to be a little bit different. Today's tube review I wanted to do something that's not a film and it's not a show either. It's actually an online, what the fuck would you call it? A web series? A short series? A YouTube series? I wanted to do a review of Skibidi Toilet. Skibidi top top top, yes yes, skibidi top top, neep neep, skibidi. Yeah, I imagine if you're watching this video, there are going to be 3 different responses to the me saying review of Skibidi Toilet, right? Response number 1 is going to be, holy shit, he's reviewing Skibidi Toilet, this is absolutely fucking crazy, I can't believe it, this is so exciting, wowee. The second response is, oh no, he's doing a review of Skibidi Toilet, that's fucking unbelievable, ooh, why? And the third response is, what the fuck even is Skibidi Toilet? What are these 2 words that you just said? Well, allow me to explain to you first of all what Skibidi Toilet is. I'll give you the rundown, okay? Skibidi Toilet is a YouTube sensation, essentially, that is going on right now. It is a series of short videos on YouTube. They're either YouTube shorts or they're just full-form videos, or both. And it's what you would call, what I would call, I've not seen a lot of people call it this, but it is what I would call a machinima. If you don't know what a machinima is, it's essentially a genre of video making, video style, film, whatever, that basically utilizes in-game, like video game graphics, in-game graphics of characters and, you know, maps and worlds and stuff in order to tell a story. So it's not like a let's play where you're just playing for a game, it's got like voice acting and characters and writing and involved and all this kind of stuff. Some examples to give you if you don't know what it is, because machinima is actually an incredibly wide and varied scope of what a machinima could be. Red vs Blue, which is that Rooster Teeth show, it's been going on for like nearly like 15 plus years or something, maybe 20 years. That takes place in the Halo series. It started off as a web series and it became like a full-on, I think, TV show. It's on Netflix right now. That's how big it is, where it's literally just some Spartans and teams get into some goofy scenarios and stuff. It takes place in-game and all that kind of stuff. You know, the animations are like people moving around like that as you would in the game. Another example would be Civil Protection, which is made by a YouTube channel called The Cursed Farm. It's run by a guy called Ross Scott. I really struggled to say his name there for some reason. Ross Scott, who's like one of the funniest dudes on the platform. He's been doing it for years and years and years, and that basically takes place in the Half-Life 2 world, where it's him and another guy, I don't know the other guy's name, but they basically play the Civil Protection characters, antagonists, enemies in that game, and they get into some goofs and gaffs and stuff. And Ross Scott also does Freeman's Mind, which is a long run series going on for like 10 plus years now, which is kind of like a let's play. That's more of a like what a let's play would be, where he plays through Half-Life and Half-Life 2. The only difference is he's written a script and he provides a dialogue of the main character Gordon Freeman and stuff. So yes, it's an incredibly varied genre of video making machinima. Skibidi Toilet is essentially what I would call a machinima, because it has story and characters and plot lines and all this kind of stuff. But what Skibidi Toilet really is, in essence, is incredibly, it's not even that hard to describe. It's just, I think it's hard for a lot of people to get their heads around as to why the fuck these videos are so popular. They're published by a guy called Dafuq Boom, and I'm not exaggerating when I'm telling you how popular these videos are. Pretty much every single installment in the Skibidi Toilet series, which I think there's probably about 50 plus episodes of it so far, have reached the tens of millions of views and even the hundreds of millions of views. I am not fucking kidding. These videos have so many views and are so fucking popular. It is kind of honestly beyond understanding as to why, to be quite honest. I never really knew what Skibidi Toilet was. I kept seeing it pop up on my timeline on YouTube for like thumbnails and stuff, and it's just a little head popping out of a toilet. And I didn't really get it. I thought it was a kid's fad thing, you know, one of these fucking Roblox fucking type beat memes Five Nights at Freddy's, funnies, getting hunted by a killer kind of thing, and it very much is a thing with kids as well. I don't know why. I don't really know why, but it wasn't until I finally went, right, I'm gonna actually investigate what this Skibidi Toilet thing is, because I need to understand what the fuck it is. Why they keep seeing Skibidi Toilet on my timeline, why they keep seeing little dudes from Half-Life and their heads popping out of toilets and stuff. So I watched the Skibidi Toilet series in order from the first video all the way up to whatever they're at now, just to understand the why of it. And I was incredibly surprised, flabbergasted and thunderstruck at what I saw, to be quite honest. And I wanted to do a review of it here because it seems to be such a fucking phenomenon right now. For whatever reason, there's actually some hidden genius in this series that I just need to share with you if you don't know what it is, okay? So yeah, specifically Skibidi Toilet is filmed using Gmod, or Gary's Mod, which is a thing published by Valve. Gmod's been a thing on YouTube forever. It's been pretty much it's been popular for a very long time. From my generation of YouTubing when I was a young kid, I fucking loved Gmod videos. You know, one of my favourite series was a series called Gmod's Idiot Box, which is done by a guy called Das Bullshit. It's essentially almost the same thing. It's a skit show, but it takes place in Gmod, right? So, and it's always LOL random hacksaws, memes and jokes. That was very much the humour at that point in time. And it was very popular then. I don't know how many views it got, but many people watched it. It was very popular for a long time, and I made many episodes and such, etc. So it's kind of it's a testament to how popular Gmod is. And, you know, the humour that you can get from just, like, taking a funny character from, like, a Half-Life game and fucking his face up, making him look funny, right? So, yeah, that's the lowdown on the whole thing. And I'm basically going to do a review of it now. Yeah, I've never done a review of, like, shows on YouTube or online things before, but I think this will open it up for the YouTube review. And what I want to start with is Skibidi Toilet. Anyway, spoiler-free review, first of all. Skibidi Toilet, like I said, really does contain a lot of hidden genius behind it. It's incredibly subtle because of what it is. It's literally just incredibly short videos of things happening. It starts off incredibly innocent. It was just one little YouTube short video that's like maybe 10 seconds long of a little toilet fella singing a little song. I don't even know what the name of the song is, actually. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay, so the song... Yeah, the reason why it's called Skibidi Toilet is because these little toilets sing a song every fucking time they pop up. Okay, this is just... What the fuck am I doing explaining this shit to you? Yeah, it's like a 10-second video, right? And as the episodes go on, it somehow reveals a plot and a story and characters without revealing any kind of dialogue at all. It's just kind of like, I don't know if this was intentional. I don't know if this was the idea in the first place for this guy making these videos. But regardless of all that, that is the fucking case. It started off as a little 10-second long meme video that you would see on something like fucking TikTok or Instagram or something like that. It exploded into a whole fucking world of characters and lore and storylines, and action and all this stuff. It basically started off as a YouTube short, dumbass Gmod meme that basically turned into Total Warfare, Kaiju Daikasen, fucking Godzilla vs. Kong bullshit with factions and friends and enemies and recurring characters and all this shit, and it is beyond my understanding how the fuck something like this could happen, and it also is beyond my understanding how the fuck it's so goddamn popular. But like I said, there is a stroke of genius, and it's very much an example of lightning caught in a bottle. It is insane how popular this shit is, and it's damn impressive, I must say, how popular it's gotten and how it's managed to slowly eke out from a meme, 10-second meme, to like a proper goddamn world and story with characters and everything else, while still retaining that stupid silly little motif of it's people's heads in fucking toilets singing a fucking song and saying skibbity bop 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 yes yes over and over again. I don't know how. I think I fucking like it. I don't mind fucking telling you. It's actually very entertaining. It's got a certain level of intrigue where you actually anticipate every episode that comes out to see where the story's going next. It's a true battle of good and evil, It really is two factions kind of pushing against each other, and as the stories go on, you can see the enemies are starting to get an advantage, and then the heroes get an advantage, and then they keep one-upping each other in terms of upgrading technology, and just like increasing the warfare that is going on, and just increasing their battalions, and just one-upping each other constantly in this fucking endless war that is going on between these fucking factions. And at the centre of the whole thing are toilets with little heads poking out of them, singing a little song over and over and over again. Basically, I would chalk it up to this. If you get it, then you're really going to get it. If you don't get it, you're never going to get it. Do you know what I mean? I've seen a lot of other people talking about this kind of thing, and the ones that don't get it basically chalk up to them being old men yelling at clouds type beat. I'm 25 years old. I've been on YouTube pretty much for like a third of my entire life. Do you know what I mean? I probably made my account, I would have said, in like 2007. So I made my casual YouTube account in like 2007. So I would have been like probably like 9-10 years old when I started using YouTube. So I've been on this platform for a very long fucking time, and I've seen trends go up and down, and I've seen YouTube videos and their format and the motifs and the memes change and grow constantly. And Skibidi Toilet, it very much feels like something that you would have seen 10 years ago on YouTube. Not even 10, even longer ago than that, probably like 15 years ago or something, maybe even older than that, right? But it's more than just a fucking dumbass meme. There's intrigue going on. It's an interesting, intriguing story that has been created through these incredibly short videos with like no dialogue whatsoever and no real human characters either, apart from the toilets, who aren't necessarily humans themselves. They're just human heads in toilets. It all sounds fucking crazy, but literally all I can tell you is, if you are a fan, if you are an old YouTuber, if you've been on this platform for fucking ever and you've seen everything, and you're a big fan of like Gmod funny videos and Machinima and stuff like that, I would recommend that you look at this series on YouTube and watch the actual stuff, because obviously since this shit is so like phenomenally popular to an unprecedented extent, there's a lot of copycats out there who've made their own little fan-made videos and installments in the series and stuff. I don't know how good they're meant to be. I can't imagine they're really that good, because I'm not exaggerating when I say there's a lot of like crazy hidden strokes of genius in this base Skibidi Toilet series in terms of even the animation and stuff like that. I can't imagine they would be as good as that, to be honest. But just check out and see what you think, and just watch them all and see if you get hooked on the intrigue that is hidden inside this. And if you don't get it, well, you're never going to get it at the end of the day. If you don't get it, I would say it's fine. It's not necessarily a big fucking deal. I don't think this is like the greatest thing on the planet. It's just something that's worth talking about, because it's so popular, because it's so different, because it's, on the surface, it seems dumb and stupid and kids stuff. Because for some reason, kids just seem to really respond to this shit. I don't really know why. I think it's because they're so short. Like, kids' attention spans are so fucked by like TikTok, Instagram, short form content now. I think Skibidi Toilet just has that appeal for some reason. But yeah, if you don't get it, you're not going to get it. It might seem stupid on the surface, but I genuinely believe, as a content creator, as a creative in general who likes to create, who likes filming shows and wants to get, who would make any kind of creative media in this regard, I do honestly believe that Skibidi Toilet has something going for it. It's pretty fucking cool, and I enjoy it a lot. So yeah, if you get it, then you're really going to get it. If you don't get it, then you're never going to get it, is essentially what I would chalk it up to, and that's my spoiler-free review of Skibidi Toilet. In terms of spoilerific stuff, again, there's not really a lot to talk about, just because of the nature of the series, because there's no dialogue or anything, but I think the stuff that I would really talk... I've already kind of told you about this fucking massive war thing that's going on. There's basically like 4 factions involved in this whole thing. Like I said, it starts off as a stupid little meme of a guy's head in a toilet singing a song for like 10 seconds. It's shot from like a first-person perspective. So the guy's walking into the toilet and watching this shit, and you're watching it through it's like a shaky cam, kind of Cloverfield kind of thing. And it actually does kind of become that as the series goes on. But it starts off just like that, like the first couple episodes. Then it starts to peel away and start to reveal layers. That's the genius of this series, is because it's just one big fucking onion of a series. There's so many layers involved in terms of the surface level memes to the core, which is fucking all-out warfare between toilets, cameramen, speakermen, and TV people. Okay? So, yeah. Starts off as a stupid little meme. Then it starts to go out into the world, into these big cities. And it seems like the big fucking toilet people are sinister in nature, because they keep getting bigger, they keep multiplying in number, and they look like they're fucking invading the fucking earth, you know? We used to see you do see human beings in like the first few episodes of this series, and then they're just gone at one point, and then it's just left of the toilets and these other factions I just told you about. It seems to be wars of like appliances, which is a big motif for some reason. Toilets and cameras and speakers and TVs, okay? But yeah, it starts off, it's just a meme, then it becomes all-out invasion of these toilets, which are like increasing in size and numbers. There's even one where like there's a big fuck-off giant one in the sky, and there's even like fucking Chinooks in the military are out trying to stop them fucking rotating around this fucking toilet, and it's like, what the fuck is going on here? This is becoming very sinister, and it seems that the toilets just fucking take over. I guess because the whole thing is because it's like a first-person perspective thing. It's revealed that there's like living camera people in the world. They're like walking like bipedal human bodies, but they've got heads of like CCTV cameras and stuff. They effectively start an uprising against the toilets, and it's effectively an all-out war between these camera people and the toilets. So these are like the two main factions of the whole thing, and I guess that's why the first-person perspective comes through, is you're actually part... That's one of the fucking weirdest parts. It's not like you're just watching a video, you're actually in amongst the events, which is fucking crazy to me. Like, you're a part of the whole thing that's going on, you are a character in the world, which is also very interesting in itself, because as the series go on, you actually start to go look at the world through the perspectives of other characters that come through during the Skibidi Toilet series, because there are recurring characters somehow, and that is the craziest part. Even though they all look exactly the same, you start to recognise certain people that pop in and out in the story, and you become invested in these characters despite the fact that they say absolutely jack shit, and they're not even humans. They're just cameras and speakers and TVs on human bodies. And because you're looking at it all through a first-person shaky cam kind of Cloverfield perspective, that you're actually put inside the world of this fucking all-out war that's going on. So you're a part of the events, which is very fucking interesting, very cool, and makes you realise that, oh, we are also camera people watching what's going on. And at the end of almost every one, you get killed, so it feels like you're constantly swapping perspectives of different camera people as the series goes on, and all of them like meet their comeuppance and their end after getting murdered by goddamn toilets. The cameras manage to be incredibly endearing throughout the whole thing. Obviously, you immediately realise that you have to root for the cameras, because the toilets are obviously this fucking insane regime, whether like a fascist regime or a theocratic regime, I don't know, but it kind of explores these avenues somehow through fucking toilets and cameras and no dialogue at all. Like, I'm not fucking shitting you. Somehow it manages to get these themes, like plot elements, inside of this fucking ridiculous world through actions alone, and just jump from episode to episode and different events are going on. It gives you an idea of what's going on with these toilets and what kind of regime they're running, and how they've fucking basically taken everything over, and how the cameramen have started an uprising against them. And as the episodes go on, it basically it sticks like that for a while. It's just this all-out war, but again, the layers continue to peel, because the tone changes very noticeably, where it stops being like a meme and these toilets are just singing the same song over and over again, and it opens up with this little song that they're singing, because the war is continuing and it's getting more and more hectic and bloody, and there's bodies everywhere. Camera people are getting killed, toilets are getting killed. They stop even singing the song, and they just keep repeating Skibidi over and over again in a really weird way. And it kind of gets the tone across that it stops being a meme and it's actually just like serious all-out warfare, which is fucking insanely bizarre to me, that you can pick up in these You can pick up on these things as the story continues. It stops being so light-hearted and it actually becomes like, okay, this is some serious shit going on right now. It's not like hardcore fucking Saving Private Ryan, obviously, far fucking from it. But I'm just trying to get the point across so you can feel the atmosphere change as you continue watching the episodes, as the humans slowly disappear, as the cities that these wars are taking place in become decimated and they just fucking are falling apart. The latest one that came out is like, it looks like fucking Fallout or something. There's just like sand everywhere and just debris and just the whole city's fucking destroyed because this war is just continuing on. It's very, very subtle storytelling, and again, the fact that this storytelling is progressing through such a ridiculous premise is very impressive, I must say. I think it's really, really cool how this has happened, to be honest. And like I said, the whole thing is literally these two factions one-upping each other constantly. It starts off with just these toilets fighting these cameras, but as they continue to increase and bolster their numbers and their technology, the factions get bigger and bigger, the toilets get bigger, they get equipped with more weapons, fucking buzzsaws, fucking laser beams, one fucking zipping around the place. They just keep increasing their armaments and their armies and stuff, and the cameras do the exact same thing, to the point where they start pulling up with literal kaiju, like massive fucking titan camera people and stuff like that. And of course, I mentioned other factions come in to help the cameras. Like there's these speaker people that pull up at one point. They're kind of more... And then there's these TV people that are really enigmatic and keep appearing and disappearing out of nowhere. You've got a Titan speaker dude, a Titan TV man, a Titan camera. And they all have like their big fucking champion massive fucking beings pulling up and destroying everything. And then you start to rally for these people, and then you actually start to go, oh no, they're losing. Oh no, they're winning. And it's fucking insane how invested you become in these characters. Like, the speakers have this big Titan speaker dude who just it cannot be defeated and is impossible to destroy, and it just wipes the toilets. And then there's one part in the story where the toilets create these little mini toilet dudes to hijack the cameras and speakers and basically brainwash them into joining their side, and it happens to the giant speaker man. And it's such a oh no moment. You're like, damn, they've lost their big Titan champion. How are they going to get him back? And it's this constant fucking tug of war between these two factions that keeps happening, where they keep one-upping each other. They develop a technology to wipe out the brainwashing and they save their people. And they're just about to save the big speaker, but they can't do it. They get stopped at the last second. And to this day, I think the speaker man's still aligned with the toilets. It's like, damn, are they going to get him back? Who fucking knows? And it somehow is very impressive in terms of how it captures the scope and the size of these dudes and makes it feel fucking badass, because it's from a first-person perspective, so you're constantly looking up at these giant titans battling these big fuck-off toilets. Like, the Titan camera is like the biggest, is like the big boy at the moment who keeps appearing in the stories, and he's got like a big fucking warhammer and shit. The first time he appears, like the setting and the mood is captured so fucking well somehow. It's like a dark, stormy night with rain and stuff, and you're just looking at this first-person perspective, looking at this giant camera fucking dude with like a big warhammer, just wrecking everybody. Like the animation and the fighting is something that you would see out of the legendary Godzilla series. It is insane how well choreographed a lot of this stuff is too, and it's not easy to animate in Gmod. I don't know if it's just strictly through Gmod or it uses Source Filmmaker. Source Filmmaker is a video editing software that Valve released. The game devs, you probably know them if you fucking use a PC or play Steam or whatever. Anyway, it's a software where you can like make animated videos utilizing their assets and video games and stuff like that. So it's like not in-game graphic trailers and stuff they might see nowadays. It's all in-game. Like if you've played Team Fortress 2, for example, pretty much all, if you've watched like the Meet the Team videos of all the different classes, pretty much all those videos are made in that Source Filmmaker style. It's all in-game. And they released this software for people to make their own videos, and you can animate really damn well. I've never done it, obviously, but like it's impressive some of the stuff that people come out with using Gmod and Source Filmmaker. So I don't know if Dafuq Boom is using one or the other or both, but it takes some ability and skill to animate and make it look convincingly great. And the animation is really fucking well done in these videos. That's one of the biggest things about it that I think is so impressive. The fact that it's such a ridiculous premise and starts off so innocent and simple. The scope of the animation, it really it solidifies the whole thing. It galvanizes the story and the characters that we continuously see and progress as the series goes on. It's fucking cool how well it is animated, considering what it is we're looking at here. And I keep saying the word intrigue. The amount of intrigue that makes you want to keep watching. Something happens when you're watching this series. When I start watching it just to understand what the fuck it is I keep seeing on my feed. When it starts to peel through the layers and you start to realise there's something else happening. It's not just a meme. It starts turning into all-out warfare and the toilets are invading and stuff. You really want to know what is going on and what's going to happen as the story keeps going on. I'll tell you this, obviously when I first thought it was just a stupid meme of a head in a toilet, and I thought it was like some sort of weird Roblox horror thing that the kids are obsessed with or something, because that's a big thing for some reason. I watched like I said, it's like 54 episodes or something right now. I watched like episode 51 or something. It's the one where I was talking about the big giant Titan cameraman with a warhammer pulls up. And I was like, this is the exact like polar opposite of what I was expecting this to be. What the fuck is this? A giant camera cyborg titan with a warhammer decimating toilets saying skibidi 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 over and over again, and then it's just little camera people running about the place, and then the whole thing is over and it just pans to a little camera and he goes like that. That's like the universal salute that the cameramen do at the end of every video. A very feel-good moment. I don't know what that is, but just the fact that there's like all hope seems lost and they just destroy all these things in front of them, and then a little camera goes like that. It's just, bruh, what a reassuring thing that is. Anyway, I watched that episode, I'm like, what the fuck? That immediately, I had to know more, and then I watched the whole goddamn thing and I saw everything unfold. And yeah, I don't think anyone would have expected what the fuck was going to happen with Skibidi Toilet. For reals, it is insane. The scope and the unprecedented, out of nowhere storytelling and world building that Skibidi Toilet contains. Just like, what the fuck is just so, and that you need to know more. Like, how did the speaker men get involved with the fight? Where did the TV people come from? What are the Skibidi Toilets gonna do next to win the fight? Where's the tug of war gonna happen? Like, where's the tug of war gonna go? Is it going to end? You know, is there gonna be a finale? What's gonna happen, bruh? How is this all going to end? Who's going to come out on top? And what's going to happen after all the humans been wiped out and this city's been absolutely decimated by this constant, endless, insane war? And like I said, even though at the beginning it was just a stupid little meme, there's a lot of really great subtle humour moments too that just make you laugh and make you lol. Like, one of the main characters that keep popping up is a cameraman that just uses plungers to fight the toilets. And he always appears and he just only fights with plungers. And he's such a recurring character. Sometimes we see episodes through his perspective and stuff like that. And everyone loves him just because he's like this fearless warrior with plungers fighting toilets. And there's a great amount of humour to that. The thumbs up motif is a thing that makes people laugh all the time. When the speakermen first rolled up, like the toilets, they have their little Skibidi song. The speakers always play Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears. And they're always doing that, you know, that dance, you know? There's one episode where the war is kind of a standstill at the moment, and the speakers and the cameras are victorious. And they're just vibing to Tears for Fears while doing their little dance and shit. There's just something about it. There's just a lot of subtle humour moments that continue to progress throughout the story. They just give you a nice little chuckle throughout this real developing story and these real developing characters that continue forward in this just absolutely ridiculous fucking world that we are watching, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I unironically think that Skibidi Toilet has something that is going for it. I don't think it's do I think it's like S tier prime storytelling? It's like the greatest thing we've ever seen. Far fucking from it. I just think, as a machinima, you know, as a funny little progressive YouTube series, it's very fascinating. It's got some real talent behind it, and it's a fucking ridiculous, stupid meme of a toilet singing "Skibidi bop bop bop, yes yes, skibidi dot dop yeep yeep," that carefully veils a real serious story and characters and world and plot line and storytelling hidden underneath this facade, that just is so intriguing, and it just really keeps you invested and wanting to know more. And I'm always excited to see a new episode drop. It is just impressive how this exists, and even though it is so good and interesting, I don't know why it's so fucking popular. This kind of thing I would expect it to have had like a couple 100k views or even up to 1 million. The fact that it's got like tens of millions to hundreds of millions of views is such a fucking mystery to me. I do not know why it is so popular. It seems much more of a niche thing that only a certain group of people know about. Far fucking from it. I don't know if it's just the armies of kids and Roblox fucking players that are watching this shit. But yeah, no, don't let that fool you. Don't let the audience that is surrounding Skibidi Toilet fool you. There is really something to it. I think it's incredibly fascinating. I think the fucking Boom has got some serious talent as an animator and as a storyteller. And whatever happens, I would love to see him move beyond this Skibidi Toilet world and, you know, tell a story like that, but with like memes aside. I'm not saying that the Skibidi Toilet thing detracts from anything at all, far from it. I think that is part of the mystique of Skibidi Toilet. I would just love to see what the fuck Boom could do, just with a real story of this magnitude, of this kind of, if he can do like an all-out war with like a real tug-of-war element with factions and constant one-upping, constant upgrading, constant character revelations and fucking constant kaiju battles going on. I would love to see what we could do outside of this sphere of memes that veil over this world, okay? Okay, I think I've said enough. I've introduced you to the world of Skibidi Toilet now. I am actually unironically going to rank it in the epic to lame ratio now, ladies and gentlemen. So, Skibidi Toilet on the epic to lame ratio, this is going to be fucking insane. Like, I just want to preface this. I think I'm not comparing Skibidi Toilet to like feature-length films or like television shows. Maybe one day it could, I don't know. Like, Red vs. Blue made it to Netflix, for God's sake, so anytime I review something and rank on the epic to lame ratio, it's kind of, I would always view it as like in a vacuum. I'm not maybe I have in the past, I don't know, but I think I'm not trying to directly compare things I've reviewed otherwise like in past installments of the Tube Review. It's not like we're putting every show and film on the same ratio as each other. I'm just ranking it as I perceive it in a vacuum on its own and just how good it is, right? Does that make sense? Anyway, I would honestly slap Skibidi Toilet in the low tier very epic. I think Skibidi Toilet is fascinating. I think it's intriguing. I think it's got some serious investment involved in terms of the viewer watching it. I think it's just incredibly entertaining. And I think I look forward to seeing more. It's just got such an intriguing world. It's just got an intriguing world of characters and story and progression that just starts off from a stupid little 10-second meme of a toilet, and it goes out to all-out fucking warfare between factions. It is so interesting, and the fact that there's no dialogue at all just makes it even more interesting. It's all story that is acted out through actions alone, and you can even read the body language of these characters even though they have no faces. Do you know what I mean? You can always tell what someone's thinking in Skibidi Toilet. And yeah, it's low tier very epic, man. It's Skibidi Toilet. I think it's fucking very cool. I think the fuck Boom's got some real talent, and I don't know why the fuck it's so popular. Does it warrant being so popular? I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is I think Skibidi Toilet's fucking cool, and I think it's worth at least taking a look at. Like I said, if you get it, then you're really gonna get it. If you don't get it, then, you know, I guess it's hard to get behind the concept of fucking toilets and cameras, but there's been more bizarre shit out there that is good. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It's hard to say. Anyway, Jesus Christ. That's my review of Skibidi Toilet, ladies and gentlemen. I just had to get it out there. I just thought, this is what the Tube Review's all about, baby. It's all about things that I watched and, like, damn, I want to say something about it. I know I have said something about Skibidi Toilet, so let me know what you think of it. Have you ever watched it? What the fuck? Tell me your thoughts. What do you think is going to happen next in the world of Skibidi Toilet? Who's going to come out on top, bruh? Who's your favourite character? You know, just give me your thoughts. We always get great discourse in the comments, so I'd love to see what people who have watched this or are going to watch it or watched it right after this review think of Skibidi Toilet, okay? And that's this new installment of the YouTube review fucking done. Everybody, Jesus Christ. Skibidi Toilet. Maybe we'll do more online series reviews. I would like to. If there's an online series that you know of that think is worth a review, let me know. Maybe I've heard of it or not. But either way,